Hello guys, it is about the movie Speed. This is the movie that was actually referenced in the Sonic movie. V basically, if you have seen the Sonic movie, I'm just telling you that this movie was referenced in the Sonic movie. But Speed is basically one of those. It's another. I'm not gonna say Die Hard ripoff because that's what everybody says. That, oh, it's a Die Hard ripoff, but it's really another one of those hostage type movies basically here. So the entire plot of Speed, here can be summed up if you haven't. I'm not. If you have not seen this movie already, stop, pause the video, or go to like a minute later. But the entire part of the movie basically is, they're on this bus, and the guy who plays the Keanu Reeves, the officer, basically there's a bomb on the bus, and basically they have to somehow trick the guy who is watching them, to trick the guy who is holding all these people captive to, like that. You have to trick the guy, basically. This guy, is holding all these guys captive, all these innocent people captive because, of course, he wants his money back, and that's all he cares about. So, basically, it's a battle against this guy who is just greedy and only wants money and only cares about power. And, you know, basically, he takes all these people's lives in here, and yeah, there we go, and the bus, and he basically wants to make stuff like that. The action scenes are pretty good as well in this movie. You know, you have some action scenes in this movie that are pretty good as well. It's not as good as the other movie this movie is based off because it's on a bus. But there are some funny moments. There are some funny moments and some like as well, like when the guy is driving the car to get there or some stuff like that. There are some pretty good action scenes as well. You know, and it is pretty satisfying at the end where the guy finally, gets defeated, the bad guy of the movie. You know, considering that all he did was just take these people hostage and stuff, it isn't surprising at all. And this movie is very similar to the movie Die Hard. Basically, it is very similar like that, where the guy, basically wants to, take, wants the money, or he basically it's the same thing, you know. I think this movie was inspired by Die Hard. Die Hard came out like in the end of the 80s. These. So this movie is, pretty old. Came out in 1994 for the year when all those big movies came out, all the big classics came out. We all know what movies came out in 1994. Movies like Pulp Fiction and stuff. Forrest Gump, the big, classic. So everybody considers this like the best year in all movies, there. But Speed was a pretty good entertainment movie. I would probably watch it again. It's a pretty good movie. So what score would I give it? I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty good action movie, with a very young Keanu Reeves in the movie as well. And yep, that's basically it. Goodbye.